the people that are manufacturing these things.
Yeah.
So the cost of transporting the raw materials to them are higher. So logistics cost has gone high, thereby making it difficult for them to sell at a particular cost because logistic costs are higher. Yes. So inflation has gone drastically up. So government has to come in. Government, the first point for the minister is to engage the president, and then they come up with policies like tax breaks here and there. Good. Let them not pay tax in this area for 6 months, for 1 year, whatever works for them. Let us give them some tax break. Let us give them a holiday. Let us see how we can stimulate the market by giving subsidies in products. What are those products that fall into fast-moving consumer goods category? Okay. How can we subsidize it? All right. So people were buying this thing at this price. At some point, the very popular noodles, all noodles, they were very expensive. Yes. A lot of people avoided them. They were not using them again. Yes. Almost as if, it was as if people didn't have children again that were eating it. Exactly. That thing has gone from normal, it's no longer food for children, it's now food for everyone. Yes. Right, so because it was now expensive, understandably, people were no longer buying. Government can come in and provide some kind of subsidy to stimulate the market for purchase. People will begin to come and buy because government is taking off some of these things. Those are the things that happen in some foreign countries. Right? They do this thing, they stimulate the economy. People will be jumping, people begin to buy this thing almost as if there's no problem. And because before you know, there's a stability. All right? There's no government, truthfully, in the world that can function without subsidy. Every government is subsidizing one thing or the other. Okay. You have to make up your mind which one of them is most important to you. All right? Every government in the world is subsidizing one thing or the other. So which one is best for you? If you say it's not petrol, if you say it's not AGO, then which one? Is it noodles? Is it this? So that the market has to work. The market has to work one way or the other. So that would be my first point, like I said.
Oh, good. We've been talking, and we are still talking to Nkem Onwamalam. Is an author and a financial expert. Let's head on to the next story. Let's see what his point of view will be on the next story. The acting chairman of the Benue State Internal Revenue Service, Emmanuel Agena, has disclosed that 35 people who engage in illegal tax collection in the state are facing prosecution. He stated that the agency was targeted to generate over 16 billion naira in 2024. The BIRS acting boss, who disclosed this on Monday while speaking with journalists, added that in 2023 the board surpassed its 14 billion naira target. Agena also lamented the activities of illegal tax collectors in the state, noting that most of them had the backing of prominent individuals. He said that under his watch, the era of patronizing politicians have become history. Bro, we are looking at internally generated revenue, going to as minute as it could be tax collection. And now going into the hydra-headed devil of illegal tax collectors who have backings of prominent, some even up to some institutions, politicians. What could be the reason that internally generated revenue that will take care of administrative purposes have now been infiltrated by people that are faceless and without any control?
Okay, so I don't think I agree that they are faceless, as it were. Okay. But I would like to begin by saying that the move, by the Benue State government, the move to prosecute them was a great move. You have to put your money where your mouth is. Good. You have to invest. You cannot, they have a target of 16 billion for this year. You cannot achieve that, when you have illegal tax collectors all over the place. Yeah. But having those challenges, here in River State, yes. River State is very prominent for issues like that. Exactly. So the issue, I like the fact that they are taking this move, prosecuting them. It's not about, giving them a slap in the wrist. Good. A slap in the wrist approach to something like this just means that you want more trouble. Mm-hmm. You want, government loses revenue. Yes. Through this means and through these people. So the right thing government would do is to show, the world and these people how serious they are by prosecuting them. Now, because these people are being backed by politicians, like we say in some cases, government has to make sure, the government of Benue State has to make sure that they enforce judgment. Because one of the issues we're having as a country is that people go to court, aside the fact that, judgment delays. When judgment is given, The other issue we have, my lawyer friends will tell you, is the enforcement of judgment.
Yes.
Because you will say government has to do this, people have to do this, but eventually nobody does what the judgment has said, and we just move on like nothing happened.
Exactly.
So enforcement of judgment, prosecution is the first level. I like the fact that they're prosecuting.
Good.
Unlike, you know, okay, you hold them today, you let them go tomorrow. So prosecution is a great move by the Benue State government. So I encourage them to maintain that momentum, you know, stay there, continue to prosecute. After you finish with this 35, the next batch you get, you prosecute them. Why? A few things.
Okay.
These actions by these people discourages entrepreneurship.
Yes.
And, you know, for some countries in the world, you know, the private sector is the highest employer of labor.
Exactly.
In countries like the UK, I believe private sector, I think there was a 2018 research or statistics that came out, is private sector holds about 80-something%, while government, which is public service, is around, let's say, they say 15-point-something%.
Okay.
All right? So in most countries in the world, the private sector is the one that employs the highest employer of labor.
Yes.
And if that is the case, you run an economy and a state that discourages entrepreneurship and startups that do not support. Then you know you are running a government that is going to fail.
Yeah.
Because unemployment will be high. So what these people are doing are frustrating the effort of government. Yeah. As they're frustrating the effort of government, they are minimizing, discouraging entrepreneurship and startups in this states or country, whatever these things are. And then it's good. It's an ultimate problem. So government must face this thing head on.
Yeah.
Government of Benue State, you know, kudos for your great job that you have started. The government in River State, the government parts of Lagos State, the government in other prominent states that have been, you know, handling these issues with kid glove. They need to sit up. And then if you want people to take you seriously, you want to even make more money as a government in terms of internally generated revenue, then you need to begin to prosecute all these illegal tax collectors that are all over the place. So I talked about frustrating entrepreneurship. Yeah. Now, double taxation is what it calls. And what does double taxation? It frustrates.
But concerning illegal tax collectors and the so-called benefactors that they have, is it a situation of an offshoot of the political system that we have that, after elections we were not giving anything as settlement? Oh, okay, now so-and-so person is in so-and-so positions of power, is in so-and-so government office. Oh, okay, go and stand in so-and-so junction and demand to collect so-and-so tax. Is that an offshoot? Because there has to be a genesis for us. If we want to know where the rain started hitting us, we have to know where it began. It began to. You know,
it may fall. Be, you know, but it's a question of the lack of the will, power by government, all right, to do what is right. So if you're a politician in a state, and then you cannot sit at your home and start pointing junctions for people to go, if government has not approved. Except we're saying the government of the day has approved. Okay. If the government of the day has approved, then by all means they're legal tax collectors. Yeah. They're legal. Yeah. But in the event that government has not approved, no individual has the right to send anybody anywhere. And if anybody, for whatever reason, feeling like a godfather, begins to do that, these prosecutions will set everybody the record straight. That is why I'm happy with the word prosecution. Good. So if you prosecute these ones, they will not bring the ones that send them, and those ones will be added in the suit. Good. Those ones that are your masters, that are making you make work difficult for government, they will be added in the suit. And then eventually, they probably go to jail if it's a jail issue, or they pay fine. And then that will become a deterrent to other defaulters. All right? So if as a politician,